Hi everyone, it's Tilly. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a Q&A, a very general Q&A, like there's no specific topic, but I just love doing Q&As because it's like a chance to like sit down. I'm answering the people who watch me's questions. Why wouldn't you want to do that? I never have a problem answering questions, so it's just a fun video to make. Right, anyway, moving on. I'm kind of impressed at my fit today. Like my outfit is quite good, not gonna lie, but I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna stand on my bed. So here's my outfit. I'm wearing the alita arms because I felt like that matched best. And I've got straight hair for once, so I'm very put together. Anyway, back to it. Yes, today I'm gonna be answering your questions. I got them up. Talk about me being put together and then get my fingers stuck in a tie in my hair. Today I'm going to be answering your questions. I gathered these questions for any Q&A, any type of involvement with my viewers will happen off my Instagram account. So if you want to follow me on there and get involved in stuff in the future, it is Tilly.Lockey. I'll put it on the screen. Make sure to give me a follow. It would be greatly appreciated. Just hit 50k as well, guys. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Like, to think there's 50,000 people. Like, people literally will have a huge celebration for like 1 million, and I'm sat here like, 50k is a lot. Like, that's halfway to 100. That's wild. But I appreciate every single one of you, and I just wanted to say thanks for that. But if you do want to get involved in the future, then definitely make sure to check that out and follow there so you can stay updated with different things. But without any further ado, I'm going to start answering some of your questions. Okay, so question numero uno is, what is your take on the future of prosthetics? I do think it'll come to the point where like bionic arms and bionic limbs are actually better than human ones. Not like causing World War III between robots and humans, because not about that life. We can all cooperate. Sorry about that. I hope we can all cooperate in the future, the whole robotics and humans. I think that's a really cool idea. I have a vision in my head where like we just walk outside and people are just wearing like bionic limbs. Like, you're lying if you tell me that that's not a cool thought to have. Like, imagine getting on your bus and then the bus driver is just like driving the car with a bionic arm. I would like them to be really cool looking as well, so like these are quite cool looking. I would like to see more lights. Everybody, I think, should have like their own distinct features in their arms. Like, I used to have bionic arms from the same company that had like my name, like my signature that I actually drew on the side of the arm. So like personal little additions to your own arm I think would be really, really cool. But other than that, just like them being really, really cool. Oh my gosh, how many times have I said cool answering this question? This is literally classed as my disability, and it's like when people think of the word disability, they think like that's such a sad thing. Oh my gosh, she's disabled, she's unable to do things, blah 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 blah. This is the disability. Whereas in the future I would like to see bionics and prosthetics as like more cool. Like, just more admired rather than, oh, that's so sad, because I think these are pretty cool. And just any prosthetic in general, even if you wanted to go like the more human realism kind of route on your arm, it should be more admired rather than scared of, or like that's creepy, or that's gonna take over the world. It should be a lot more fun, if you know what I mean. Moving on, I spent way too long on that question. Okay, so the next one was very random. It's 5 items you would bring to a desert island. I'm really putting myself on the spot here. I've not read any of these. Well, probably my phone to call for help. I want to say a human. I'm not objectifying humans, but I mean, you would rather be stuck on a desert island with someone else than be alone. Is that allowed? I don't know. I'll probably take my bionic arms to entertain me and use there. Probably some food and water. I think that's 5, isn't it? Right, that's 5. That's all you're getting. Okay, so the next one is, who is my celebrity crush? And now you're saying it, I'm not really sure.
Irritated by recurring athlete's foot? Treat it with Scholl's Advanced Athlete's Foot Cream to soothe itching in just 1 week.
Celebrity crush. The only one I can really think of is probably when I used to be obsessed with Vampire Diaries. If you've ever seen Vampire Diaries on Netflix, then you'll understand. If you haven't, then I think you should go watch it. But I used to have a huge crush on Damon from there. So Ian Somerhalder, he's like, I don't know how old he is, he's like 40 or something. But I was like, when I was watching that and I was like 12 years old, I was like, ooh. Probably him, if you're wondering. Next one is, where would you live abroad if you had to for a year? And old me probably would have said Spain at one point. Old me probably would have said America at one point, in like San Diego or something. But probably today, probably somewhere like New Zealand. It just seems like really, really fresh there. I don't know. Me and my dad have always wanted to go to New Zealand, mainly my dad. But I just feel like, from what I've seen, it looks like a pretty nice area. So probably New Zealand. I've never even been, but like from pictures, I wouldn't mind living there. Okay, next question is kind of an inside joke if you are on my Instagram, but it's, do you like Draco Malfoy? So I had my hair up in a ponytail the other day, and obviously, as you can see, it's straight. And my dad just came up to me and was like, you look like Draco Malfoy. And I actually have heard it before, like my sister tells me it all the time. Like I look like Luna Lovegood a lot as well. People tell me that a lot. But whenever I've got my hair tied up, people are like, oh my god, you look like Draco. And I mean, isn't he kind of the villain? Basically, I put on my Instagram story, my dad thinks I look like Draco. Who do I look like? Thoughts. And about 50 people put like, Draco, Draco, Draco. And my story was about 60 slides long of people just saying Draco. Then people got a bit too confident, and they were like, oh my god, you look like Hagrid. You look like Voldemort. And I was like, cheers. But I don't take it personally, like, don't think I'm offended, like, it's a joke. I don't mind. Somebody did say, like, it's an honour to look like Draco. I didn't really know people were using it as, like, a compliment form. But if you were, then thanks. Yeah, I guess Draco's alright. Okay, the next one is, what do you want to be when you're older? And I, like, been around with this. Like, when I was younger, I used to be, like, really, really good at maths. Because I was good at maths in primary school because it's, like, the easy stuff. Then I got into doing, like, GCSEs and stuff, and I was like, this is not what I want to be doing with my life. But back then, I wanted to be, like, an architect. But probably the things that I struggle with the most are, like, alternate, corresponding, what's the other one? Type of angles things. There's 3. I can't even remember the other one. I was told that you would be using them a lot if you're an architect, so I was like, well, that's out the window. I did stage school for a bit, so I liked the idea of being on West End, but I went off that. I would rather watch the show rather than be in one. I would also like to be a motivational speaker, and that's what I'm doing now, and I seem to have a knack for it, and it's really fun. I get to travel a lot with that, and I do definitely want to do a lot of travelling. But at the moment, I think the thing that stands out to me is, like, presenting. I would love to be a presenter. I've done, like, different TV shows and everything. When I was on a show called This Time Next Year, like, about 4 people in the wings said to me, oh my gosh, you look like a presenter, and I was like, I look like a presenter? Okay. They were just like, oh my god, you should totally, like, try out being a presenter. You just have a presenter face. And I was like, okay, what's a presenter face look like? But, I mean, it's not a bad thing. So I was like, maybe I should be a presenter. So I've been trying out doing different things like that. And, yeah, it's something I definitely enjoy. So I would hope to get into that a lot more. Next, we got, who inspires you? So, I get this question asked a lot because obviously I am a motivational speaker. So people always think, like, who is it that inspired you in the first place? And to be honest, I never really had somebody in the limelight that I was like, damn, yeah, you're so inspiring. Like, I see you and I just want to, like, get up and work and achieve all my dreams. It was never really like that. It was kind of a mindset that I just had when I came out the womb. But I would say things that really inspire me, I do a lot of inspiring girls events, and it always really, really, really motivates me when I go to those events, come out of those events feeling proper motivated, because it's just, you're in a room full of a bunch of young little girls like around my age, but like you get some that are like 7 and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be an astronaut, and I'm like, yes, go girl. So I get a real buzz of energy and motivation from just like young people who have big dreams and goals for themselves. I feel like that's something that a lot of people lose when they get older. Like they have all these big dreams to be a pop star when they're younger, they want to be an astronaut, they want to be a ballerina performing on stage, and then when they get older they're kind of told, yeah, that's a bit risky, you need a backup plan, and then they get sucked into doing what they don't want to do. So that always really, really motivates me, and I always just try and like say to the kids, keep that in you, keep that in you. Probably that, and like my mom has played a huge part in it as well. Okay, so next one I have is, do you ever wish you had human hands? I lost my hands when I was 15 months old. I have no recollection of having hands, so it's not really I look back on and go like, oh, those were the days, I wish I still had them, because I don't really remember them very much or at all. So it's not something that I can really like hold a grudge about, like, oh, I want them back, because I never really experienced the simplicity of having hands, you know what I mean? It's just kind of how I've grown up, and I've gotten to do so many things now thanks to my disability, thanks to me having no hands. I don't know where the hell I would be if nothing had ever happened. I don't really know what I would be doing, and I'm so grateful for all the experiences and opportunities I've had, so I wouldn't really want to take that back. And my last question I'm going to answer today is, do I miss public school? Because I'm now homeschooled, if you didn't know. When I was going to be homeschooled, people were always like, oh my god, do you not miss the high school environment? Like, why do you want to miss out on that? But to me, the high school environment is like drinking and partying, and I'm not about that life. So I would rather just like get my studies and then go off and like get a career for myself, you know what I mean? And I'm doing my GCSEs a year early, so it's like a much better route for me personally, because I'm not all about socializing. I'm literally a motivational speaker, so I speak for a living, so I'm not some like socially awkward kid who's like never spoke to anyone, but I just like it better to focus on like studies and get ahead for myself rather than going to parties and going in fields with my mates, you know what I mean? It's just not really what I'm about. But obviously I do miss my friends. I miss certain teachers who used to help a lot, and I'm never really alone. There's teachers I can email and everything online. I watch like teenager, like coming of age movies when they're all like at high school. I'm like, oh wow, that looks so much fun. But then you've got to remember, yeah, my school wasn't like that. It's like High School Musical. High school is not like that. Secondary school is not like that. Then I remember that my school didn't have a good time there. Wasn't fun. I was just going there to like get through the day so I could get home. I'm a lot happier now, so I wouldn't really want to go back, and I miss certain aspects, but I'm definitely preferring being homeschooled. Okay, so they are all the questions that I'm going to be answering today. Thank you so much to anybody who sent them in. If there are some more questions that you have, definitely make sure to put them down below and follow my Instagram so you can tell me them next time I do a Q&A. These are one of my favorite type of videos to film, so I will definitely probably be filming them a lot more. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I answered some of your own questions that you may have had, and yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!